everyone, Tiffany Polifko here, running for school board in the Loudoun County Public Schools Broad Run District, and I wanted to talk for just a few minutes about Policy 8040, rights of transgender students and gender expansive students. As many of you are probably aware, the school board passed Policy 8040 last August of 2021, and one of the major concerns that parents have regarding this policy is the fact that the Loudoun County School Board essentially compelled staff, teachers, administrators, anyone working with students to refer to students by their chosen name and their preferred pronouns, and this may be done unbeknownst to parents. They do not have to seek permission from parents or guardians in order to use students' preferred names and pronouns, and it's written in the policy as such. I wanted to also discuss with you a phenomenon called the three-legged stool. And I think this is a great way for us as a community to envision what's happening in our schools right now as a result of this policy. So the three-legged stool represents one leg as students, one leg as staff, and one leg as parents. When any one of those legs becomes unbalanced, the stool is no longer stable and no one can sit on it. And that's really where we are right now with a policy like Policy 8040. We have taken the parent's leg of that stool and cut it right off. And that doesn't bode well for our community. And instead, the Loudoun County School Board could have taken this issue and looked at it more on an individual level. So those conversations between a parent or guardian and a child and a staff member on these very real issues could take place on an individual level so that the school board wouldn't necessarily have had to cast a wide net over this entire community of 85,000 plus students and their families and state that they were going to compel the speech of their staff members. This just doesn't put anyone in a good position. And it causes a great deal of disruption and lack of equilibrium on that three-legged stool. So I want to segue for just a minute too and talk about an interesting conversation that I had with another teacher in a different school system, not in the Loudoun County Public School System, but in a neighboring public school system. And she asked me very pointedly, if I were to be elected to the Loudoun County School Board, would I stop allowing teachers and staff to refer to students by their preferred pronouns or their preferred name? And I said, absolutely not. I would never require compelled speech one way or the other. Compelled speech is bad for our society because if you can control what someone says, you can control what someone thinks. Instead, what should be done is we should be embracing the individual needs of our students, our staff members, our parents, our caregivers. Those conversations can happen on an individual level, and they do need to happen on an individual level. If a parent came to me and I was a teacher or an administrator and said, this is a real struggle in my family right now. My child is having a difficult time. He wants to be called whatever, or she wants to be called whatever. Would you please honor that? Would you please respect that? That is a time when you sit down and you have that real discussion and you come to a solution with that family. This is not something that ever should have been compelled, and it should never be compelled. So ultimately, I think it was an interesting conversation that I had with this teacher because I think she fully expected me to say the opposite of what I said. And I stand by my principles and my beliefs and my ethics that at the end of the day, we should be doing what is best for our students, our families, our administrators, our teachers, our staff. We must look at people as individuals. And this is not collective, this is an individual issue. And each child that walks into the school building every single day deserves respect. They deserve to be treated just like everyone else. They are there to be educated, and this is really a simple matter if you think about it. Let's respect everyone. Let's treat everyone with dignity, and let's make sure that we do not uphold compelled speech. Thanks for listening.